Today, I basically just wanted to talk about how powerful believing in anything is. And I'm not talking about religion here, guys, actually. I'm talking about literally anything. For example, believing that I'm gonna be a YouTuber along with Uncle Boobs that has 1 million subscribers within 2 years. I believe it. Okay?
2 years, dude. That's too long. I'm gonna get in 1 year.
Okay, 1 year. Fine, 1 year. I was being conservative, all right? Chill,
You're not allowed to do that this day and age. People get mad.
Not politically. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking anything about politics.
Yeah, I know.
That's a forbidden topic on this channel. It's too unfun.
Yeah, it's pretty
All
boring.
those old people. Man, no one wants those old people.
Old people, yeah. Fuck the voter base.
Oh, that's funny. So I wanted to tell you guys a little story about just how powerful believing in something is. Okay, I'm going to come watch you work over here so I can properly tell this story. Let's gently float on the ocean as I tell you guys a little tale about a man who met a rather untimely end, okay?
Oh.
So some time ago, I don't know exactly how much time, a man who was working, I believe it was at a train station or something like that. He got trapped inside of a boxcar, okay? It was a refrigerator boxcar.
Oh, I know this story.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you've heard it. Probably a lot of people have, but maybe these folks have not, especially if they're our fellow nephews.
It's probably pretty niche.
Yes. So he was working inside of a refrigerator boxcar, and he didn't realize that one of the other workmen was coming by. And as he went by, the other work guy locked him inside of the refrigerator boxcar, thinking nobody was in there. And essentially what happened was the guy who got locked inside, he knew that this was going to be locked overnight and it wouldn't be opened up until the next day. And that he would be dead from freezing to death before anyone could get to him, because it was just, ice cold air blowing into it from the top. It's a refrigerator car, or a freezer car, I guess I should say. So now it's sealed, it's closed off and locked, and the temperature starts to lower, and before anybody could come along and save him, he was convinced that he would be dead. So he panicked, as probably most of us would in that situation, thinking that the refrigerator boxcar is going to kill you. So he starts screaming hysterically, hoping somebody will hear him, trying to kick the door out. He gets him in the ceiling and tries to smash the freezer unit out so he can crawl out that way, but nothing worked, and it was running still, and he just got exhausted. He burnt himself out, and he drops to the floor of the car and just exhausted, and basically he's given up. And the reason why we know the story of what happened in the first place is he got out a pen or Sharpie or something and started writing on the floor kind of his thoughts. So he first wrote, "It's getting so cold inside here. It's getting so cold inside, guys." And then next he wrote, "My hands are turning numb. It's so cold." The last thing he wrote was, "If only I could just go to sleep." And if you don't know, that's what happens when you freeze to death, is your body just shuts down and you essentially go to sleep without ever waking up again. So that's what happened. And he wrote, "These will probably be my last words," and that was the last thing he ever wrote. So the next day, the other workmen found him dead on the floor of this boxcar, and they're like, "What the heck happened?" So long story short, well, not really short, it's kind of long, but the police came, they took him back to the morgue, they did an autopsy, and they found out, he froze to death. But what that guy didn't know is that the freezing unit on that boxcar was broken. It was just blowing room temperature air. It was like blowing air from the outside into it, but it wasn't actually cooling the air. So it was just blowing air. Essentially, it was a fan. That's all it was. But because he panicked and he was so scared for his life and he believed that he was going to die, his power of belief was so strong that his brain essentially froze him to death, even though the car was not actually cold enough to kill him. That's how strong the power of your mind is. You got any examples of stuff like this happening, Uncle Boobs?
Well, doctors aren't supposed to give you the bad news all at once. They're supposed to give you it like little bits at a time so that you can like acclimate to the news.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can get used to pretty much anything. You can get used to losing your arms and legs and whatever, but if they tell you the bad news straight up all at once, that could be too much for you. And you do have a worse chance of surviving things if your mental's worse.
Yes, absolutely. And the flip side of that too, there are people who've had some pretty serious diseases, like survived cancer multiple times, because they are just the type of person that never gives up. It's the Narutos of life, right? Like nothing will ever make me give up, no matter what. Kind of like us with YouTube. And because of that belief that I am going to make it, because of that belief that I'm going to recover no matter what, you just do. And you come back from something a lot of other people would not come back from, which I think is pretty incredible.
I think it's a good belief to always have, even if it's not always going to save you.
For sure.
Yeah, it's pretty useful. Keep that optimism up.
Yep, that's my job between the two of us. Right, Uncle Boobs?
It's fucking true. Yeah, I'm like complete opposite.
Designated
Straight
optimist.
doomer.
I am Optimist Prime.
I am Optimus Prime. I steal your nuts. I already stole one.
Oh, no. That's where it went.
Yep.
That makes sense.
I had to get one to go with my other one from the Australian painter.
Oh, deep cut. I like it. Just like when they sliced open my ball sack and took my testicles. Deep cut, dude. The reason why I wanted to talk about how powerful belief is because you guys can actually apply this to your life. So as your mind is a powerful tool and what you believe, and you have to really believe it, it directly impacts your life for good or for ill. This can be applied to chasing your dreams and pursuing the things you want to pursue. Like us with YouTube, maybe it's being a professional musician. Maybe it is owning a business, whatever it is. Believe in yourself. Have the courage to never give up with whatever it is. And on the flip side of that, you can choose to believe the opposite of what people tell you. So if you have disapproving parents who are like, oh, what, you want to be a professional golfer? You'll never succeed being a professional golfer. You're so lame. You should be fired from being my son. Or whatever it is. You just say, I believe in myself, and I'm going to choose not to believe you. And you can kind of use their criticism as a way to fuel you. Like, yeah, everything you say, I'm going to do the opposite. I'll give you a quick example of something that happened to me. I broke my finger in March of this year. March 2024, I broke my finger about 4 months ago. And when I got the x-rays done, I mean, this sucker was destroyed, dude. It was destroyed.
Yeah, it's funny. It looked like a raptor claw.
It legit looked like a raptor claw. It was insane. It was so
broke my
crazy.
shovels.
Oh, wow. I still have a diamond shovel. Shovel better than a
I
hoe.
broke it.
Changed my mind. Anyways, my doctor, after I broke the finger and they took the x-rays and stuff, I asked him, I was like, hey, so doc, how long do you think before my finger's going to be 100% again? And he's like, well, I hate to tell you, but it's probably never going to be 100%. It would have been better if your finger got cut off instead of snapped like it was and crushed. And I was like, what? So he told me my finger was never going to work again properly the way it used to. I'm here to tell you that I'm like, you know what? He said it's never going to work again. Watch me make it work 100%, bro. So I've been doing physical therapy. I've been pushing it every day, running it under hot water to get those muscles loosened up and just cranking on the sucker. It hurt so bad, dude. But today was my last physical therapy appointment because they're like, yeah, you don't need us anymore. Your finger is at 99% right now, and given another couple of weeks, it's going to be 100%. My follow-up appointment to determine if I have a permanent partial disability is like 3 months from now. So by the time I get there, it's literally going to be good as new, if not better. The bone is actually probably stronger now than it was before it got broken, which is insane. All that to say, I believed that I could do it, and I used him saying I would never be healthy again to be like, you know what? I'm going to prove you wrong, and I'm going to be healthy again. Watch me, dude. Like Rock Lee and Naruto.
You know, this is a great opportunity to just pretend it's still fucked up so you can get a handicap sign so you can park in the handicap spot at Walmart. Oh, guys, my finger doesn't work. I need to use the motorized scooter.
All right, bye.